Hey everyone, and welcome. So, if you're an associate project manager apprentice, you've probably looked at skill S20 and thought, what is this, really? Well, today, we are going to pull back the curtain on it. We're going to show you how to use data not just to fill out a report, but to actually become your project's #1 advocate and prove just how valuable it is. So, here's our game plan. We're going to follow the story of an apprentice, Jody, as she gets to grips with this exact skill. We'll start with her data dilemma, see how she builds a solid case, puts it all into practice, creates a portfolio that really shines, and, of course, absolutely nails her endpoint assessment interview. All right, let's kick things off with a feeling that I bet is pretty familiar to a lot of you, the data dilemma. This is where our story with Jody begins, right at that point where every apprentice finds themselves. I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? You know in your gut that your project is a great idea. You feel like things are going well. But how do you convince the people who sign the checks? How do you take it from just a feeling to something they can't possibly ignore? So let's meet Jody. She's a sharp apprentice working at a company called IBS Stores. And right now, she's got her final assessment on her mind, specifically skill S20. And if she's being honest, it all just feels a bit vague, and she's definitely feeling the pressure. So how does Jody get past that feeling of being overwhelmed? Well, this is where she starts to build her foundation, turning that confusion into real confidence. And she gets a little bit of help from her mentor, Adam. And Adam gives her this absolute gem of an analogy that just makes everything click. He says, Jody, think of any report you write, a business case, a progress update, like you're a lawyer in a courtroom. Your words are the argument you're making to the jury. But the data, that's your hard evidence. Without it, it's all just talk. And this is what that looks like in the real world. Saying, I think we need more budget is, well, it's just an opinion. But saying our cost performance index is 0.8, now that's powerful. That one little number tells a whole story. It says for every dollar we're spending, we're only getting 80 cents worth of work done. That's a fact that makes people sit up and listen. Which brings us right to the official definition of skill S20. It's really all about your ability to find the right numbers, figure out what they mean, and then show them in a way that backs up what you're saying in those big, formal reports. And that phrase, formal governance review, that's just the fancy term for the meeting where the senior bosses decide yes, no, or we need more info. Your data is what helps them make that choice with confidence. Okay, so Jody totally gets the what and the why now. So in this next part, we're gonna see how she learns the how. Her manager, Rital, is about to give her a proper, real-world task to really get stuck into. So Rital comes to Jody and says, right, I need you to prepare the progress report for our new marketing campaign. This is no longer a practice run. It's a real report for a real meeting with real stakeholders. The theory part is over. It's time for Jody to go on a data hunt. But what data is she actually looking for? Well, it usually falls into a few key categories. You've got your performance data. Are we on time, on budget? You need risk data to show you're thinking ahead. And you need quality data to prove you're actually delivering what you said you would. Every single piece helps tell the complete story. So to get this done, Jody follows this super simple but really effective 6-step process. First, she has to identify what the decision makers actually care about. Then she'll collect the data, analyze it, and align it to the story she's telling. Finally, she'll present it in a way that's easy to understand and maintain records so anyone can trace a number back to where it came from. This is her roadmap. So Jody's done the work, which is awesome. But as you all know, for an apprentice, doing the work is only half the job. Now she's got to prove it. So in this section, her coach, Olivia, is going to help her craft that proof for her portfolio. Right. All this fantastic work now has to be logged in AppDam, which is the system you're all using to track your apprenticeship journey. See, it's not enough to just do the task. You have to document it in a way that screams to an assessor, I've totally got this skill. And her coach, Olivia, is right there to help her package it all up perfectly. So what does this proof actually look like in AppDam? Well, there are a few things they'll accept. You can submit the actual report you wrote or a separate breakdown of the data. Any charts or dashboards you made are perfect. And this one is so important, a reflective commentary where you explain what you did and why it mattered. And here is a beautiful, simple example of what that evidence can look like. This is a little summary table Jody put together for her report. Just look at it. In 1 second, the board can see that budget and milestones are fine, but there's an amber risk they need to talk about. It's clean, it's clear, and it guides the conversation exactly where it needs to be. And this is the secret sauce. This is from Jody's reflective commentary. She doesn't just say, here's the table. No, she explains why she chose that data and what happened because of it. The data started a conversation. It led to a decision. This is what connects the what to the so what, and trust me, assessors absolutely love to see this. We are on the home stretch. Jody's done the work, she's got the proof. Now for the final boss, talking about it with confidence in her endpoint assessment interview. Let's see how she gets ready for it. So imagine you're in the interview. The assessor leans in and asks that classic question, describe a time when. This is Jody's moment. She's got the perfect example ready to go with that IBIZ campaign. And she just knocks it out of the park with a perfect star answer. She lays out the situation and the task. She explains her action, how she collected, analyzed, and presented the data. And she gives them the result. The project got the green light and they tackled that key risk. It's short, sharp, and full of substance. But a really good assessor won't stop there. They'll dig a little deeper. They might ask a follow-up question like this to make sure you really, truly understand the nuts and bolts of what you did. And Jody is ready for it. See how her answer ties right back to that 6-step process from earlier? She talks about identifying the requirements to make sure it was relevant and maintaining traceability to guarantee it was accurate. This shows her process wasn't a one-off. It's solid and she can do it again. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway from Jody's whole journey? The most important thing to remember is this. Skills 20 is not about being a genius with spreadsheets. It's about being a storyteller. It's about using evidence to build trust, to make things clear, and to help your team and your company make really smart decisions. It's about making data your project's biggest fan,